going on, internet? I saw one of the saddest videos that I've seen today while I was scrolling on TikTok, and I thought I'd do a quick reaction video to it. And so here we go. I'm gonna overlay the video right here, and we're gonna play in 3, 2, 1.
Who was your greatest love, and why did you fall in love with them?
I'm not gonna say her name because it'll embarrass her. I'm single, and there's a reason for that.
What happened to you?
She wasn't interested. It was just that simple.
How long had you two gone out?
Normal.
We didn't.
Oh, did you
Just
ever,
close friends.
Did you ever tell her?
Yeah. It is possibly the single most awkward experience in my entire life. I just felt like I needed to be honest with her. I mean, our relationship's never really quite recovered from it. We're still close friends, but it's not the same.
How were you able to get over it?
I didn't. I'm 50 years old and single, and that's on me. That's not on her. That's not on anyone else. A huge part of me regrets that I ever met her. Then the instant after that, I have huge regrets that I ever had that regret.
What's your name?
Keith.
Hunter.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, help us. It's tragic because I have so much empathy here because I think every man, shout out to the ones who haven't, because some of them just have their first love and whatever, but I think every man has the story of their first love, or a girl that they were infatuated with completely and totally, that they rolled the ball, threw the shot from half court, and it was airballed. I have at least 4 or 5 of these stories. But with me, I learned from them. I mean, part of the thing with growing up, these things happened when I was in high school and when I was in college. And I wasted no time with every single, and this is something I pride myself in. It's one of the few things that I did well when I was younger, is like, regardless of my ability to pick up women and my social skills, whether I thought I could get her or not, I always shot my shot because I never wanted to have any regrets. I never wanted to look back on a situation and think, man, what if I had done this? Man, what if I had tried with this girl? There's maybe 1 or 2 situations where I think I could have had better game, but it just is what it is. I had the skills that I had at the time, and it is what it is. The sad part about this for me was when he talks about he never got over this girl. That is the saddest part about this for me, because there are so many women on this planet, and maybe I hope that this man, maybe he met the girl when he was 49, and then that's why he's 50 and single. But the way he said it, it sounds like he did this when he was 35, or it sounds like he did this when he was younger, or he like held out hope for this woman for so long, and then randomly shot his shot, and then just never got over it, and then just followed her around and was her best friend for a long time. And that's the sad part about it. That's the worst part about it. And that's when some men, at least in the red pill community, say that men should not be friends with women, this is what we're saying. This is what we're trying to get people to avoid, because this is the worst situation that could happen. Listen, and this guy maybe had a lifelong friendship with this woman, that's wonderful, but deprived himself of one of the most beautiful things that you can have in this life, which is love and companionship with a person that really loves and appreciates you back in the same way that you appreciate them. And let me say, 50, it's not the end of the road. It's not the end of the road. Shout out to my mans. If he ever saw this video, I'd be like, bro, I will personally, no matter if you have an age range or whatever, let me take you to Eastern Europe. Let me take you to another country to experience the world. You can go to one of these other countries. If you're financially established, a lot of things matter more than your looks and your stature. You have your social, I call it the foreigner effect. The foreigner effect will take you from, a 4 to, take you up a few points, and you can enjoy the life that you should have enjoyed in your 40s, in your 30s, okay? It's not too late for this man, he's pushing it, but it's not too late for this man to enjoy his last, 50 years. He's halfway through life, or let's assume he's halfway through life, man. Go to Poland, find a nice 35-year-old and enjoy your life. I think it's not too late for this man, but I think for the rest of us, I think especially the young guys, learn from this man. Do not get hung up on on a woman or man, depending on what your sexuality is. Truly, and I've seen this, I've heard this from guys where they're like, listen, I want to learn social skills so that I can get this one person. We call this one-itis. Back in the community, we used to call this one-itis. Listen, whatever person that you think you're going to get, just shoot your shot. You're probably not going to get them with the social skills that you have. You're probably not. Hey, but shoot your shot. You might. You might, but you probably won't. But you might. Shoot your shot right now, because you don't want to end up like this guy, holding out until the very end, and then you push. It's just going to be that much harder if you're at that age. And unfortunately, I mean, for guys, it's more lenient. Your body stature and your look. This guy looks like he's very quirky. He looks like he has a lot of interest, but if we're going to be honest, it's a little bit overweight and it's a little bit older, and so just it makes it that much harder in the world to connect with someone. Just your options can be limited by certain things. I'm not saying, but like I say, it's not too late for this guy. And if you're watching this, and I'm not a pickup coach, I'm not a person, but listen, I have enough experience out in these streets, man. If you are struggling out here, okay, one of the few skills that I have in this life is just meeting new people. I mean, so just hit my DMs. I mean, I'll travel to your city. We'll figure it out. But don't end up like this guy. Message me for advice. I'll even throw you a few YouTube channels where you can learn some social skills, some basic social skills from non-creepy people. Just don't end up like this guy. And if you're this guy, DM me or DM somebody. And get this thing solved. It's not too late. You don't have, unless you're not even interested in that stuff anymore, and then by all means. But it sounds like, I mean, the idea of having you regret even meeting her is wild. That's just such a wild thing to say. And I understand the sentiment, because it probably, you let this experience hold you back from life. But man, that sentiment is such a nasty sentiment, and I know he apologized for it and he regrets even regretting, but just that's such a nasty sentiment. If there's any way that you can have new experiences to override that, I mean, you gotta try, man, because that is some negative shit. Anyway, that's the video. I'm Simon. I didn't think I introduced myself. I'm Simon, and I'm a person out in this world, and I live in Vegas, and I'm outside. Peace.